Well, guys, we're gonna get started. It all looks good now. Boom. Hey guys, how you guys doing? I hope she didn't leave so fast. I'm sitting here just trying to get everything to look good before I started. So everybody, we are gonna start just a little early today, and I got a lot of stuff going on. We have a guest today. We have some housekeeping to do. So let's get started, guys. This is a 2-hour show brought to you by our sponsors on Patreon. Yeah, I know that. I'm trying to figure out how to fix that. I'm gonna just go fix it. I'm just gonna go redo his, I guess. Yeah, so let's get that fixed real fast. See, until I put it on the screen over here, I don't know what it looks like. Yeah, remember I built everything upside down and backwards, which is a pain sometimes, because everything looks upside down backwards. What is it? And here. There we go. Like I said, everything. Yeah, I know it's still early. I don't mind. I like coming up here. I like communicating with you guys. I absolutely love my people who come to my show, and I'll come here and I'll spend some extra time with you guys every day if I can. So I can take these speakers off here. I did figure out how to play the music in the background now. And we are on a Hangouts, and our guest is going to be here at about 9:45. We're going to start. I'm going to go see if he has any hiccups getting onto our Hangouts, and hopefully he doesn't. If he doesn't, it's just going to be smooth sailing, and we'll be right up here. Hey, Naomi, how you doing? We're in the early morning show, guys, so sit back and enjoy yourselves. Easton Music, how you doing, Easton Music Ministries? So hopefully you guys can all hear me okay, and you guys seen I can now play music in the background easily. And we're building right up here, guys. This is going to be a great show, guys. Stay tuned. You got an awesome tackle bag company coming in. So we're on a 3-hour edition of Kohl Outdoors, guys. You guys can see me do a little bit of cooking in this show and everything. In about 20 minutes, I'm going to start dinner for the day. Good morning, Bounce the Slab. So yeah, it's all. I think it's all looking really good, and I can't wait till our guest gets here. Southern Bassin got size detecting, huh? Size detecting, if you guys don't know, is my dad. And I'm gonna go make myself a cup of coffee because I need to wake up. Yeah, I'm making myself a cup of coffee, so I'll be in and out for a few minutes here till the show starts. I'll come over here. I'll interact with you when I can. I got lots going on here in the background and everything getting ready. Everything's pretty close. Hoping everything looks good, too. I'm trying to set up a 1-800 number if you guys can call in and people can't use the number to find my location. So I'm working on that. Southern Bastion. How you been doing, Southern Bastion? Let me. I'm gonna post this into the community, into my society over here, and we'll see if anyone jumps up. All of us know how to use that to get in. So my views for the month has went down. I'm down 8%. So we need to do something about that. We need to get more people in here, guys. Early Sunday morning, everyone's still sleeping. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm competing with either sleeping or at church. So today I'm trying to compete with God, and I don't ever do good doing that. But the guest wanted to have a Sunday show, so we're gonna have a Sunday show. Yeah, see, Sergeant Baston's going to church in a little bit. My point exactly. Hey, what up, Via Hook? Oh, I got third, kind of. Kind of like I lost money on there. I lost my bump board down the hole. My bump board and my identifier are down the hole on the first fish. Ended up having to use a cheap measure for the rest of the tournament. Kind of ordering that $40 board, which I'm ordering a KBF official board for my KBF tournaments.
KBF tournaments?
What?
KBF tournaments?
Yeah.
KBF tournaments?
What are you doing?
Sorry.
Oh, Andrew.
I thought Rich was watching them.
Come here. What happened? Oh. Someone is cranky. Hey. Hey, look, you online. You gonna say hi? No. Say hi. You say hi? Yeah? They're all here to see you. All these people are here to see you, Andrew. There's 9 people here to see you today. Say hi. Say hi. And we're gonna go to a lot more. In the next turn, there's actually gonna be a whole entire page of rules. So you guys gonna be able to go in and do it. And oh my God, said hi. So how you guys all been doing? Oh yeah, is that so? Do you want down? Thank you for smashing the like button, guys. I don't tell you guys enough to do that, but go ahead and smash that like button if you already haven't. Can you want to go down? Oh, what's wrong?
I'm sitting here fucking cranky.
Someone's going to go take a nap at 10, aren't you? What? Oh, thank you, OMG. He's a sweetheart, isn't he? Well, he ran out and seen his sister and ran back scared. Yeah, we're going to do something completely different this next time. Me and Mike have been talking, and we're going to do like a $2 entry fee to get into the trout tournament. Just for we can keep track of numbers of who's all's in. And if people actually lose something for not coming, not fishing, they'll actually lose something for not coming. Got down? Okay, bye. Oh no, man. Bouncing Slab's gonna be busy today. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It blends with the background. Oh, thank you, PGA. PG Nail Farm. Yeah, I think everyone in the society is still sleeping. I left them a link to come up here if they wanted to. But I did figure out how to play the music for you guys, and it's going to be really nice and loud. And hopefully I can get this to work on everything else, too. Oh, today Bounce the Slab's going to rest. Hey, Bounce the Slab, didn't you have like 70-mile-per-hour winds yesterday? Yeah, I do pay attention to everything that's going on in the chat, guys. Sometimes you guys think I don't, and I definitely am. I'm getting really close to my watch hours, guys. Yeah, I know. Probably Grant. Let me go and check out what's going on with my YouTube here. Let's go see how many hours I have. I'm getting a lot closer, guys, to have my watch hours, which is absolutely awesome and awesome of you guys. Let me go and check and see here, guys. The Mojo Boy, I'll take you fishing. How close to 2K? I'm getting there. I'll tell you that in a second, too. People just aren't staying connected to me. But it's all within doable. It's all doable, so I'm at 1,868 right now. And I was at close to 1,900 on that first page, so I've lost close to 100 in the last few days. Because people aren't doing it right. I'm actually going to slow down. Do it. And I got 3,797 hours. I am getting really close, guys. 203 hours from being monetized. Oh, awesome. You doubled in viewers in that last 3 minutes. See how everything's looking over here? Yeah, I need to actually go and post this all out myself. But I did start early, and I don't think people know to come looking for me early. So we're going to post it here. And I have to do my phone interview with Grant today for the I have to actually do my interview for Grant today, so and it's going to be posted on the Kohl Outdoors page. I'm going to do an actual, well, a 3-minute interview with him. And I know you guys know him already from watching the morning show, but it's going to give you guys a lot better opportunity to get to know things about him that you guys don't know. I'm going to ask him some questions, and we're going to put him like into almost a hot seat today, guys. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see here. I'm done in there. Let's go to my Twitter now. We got 12 people in the house, guys, and I need to go. I'm still working on my OBS while I'm talking to you guys. I'm trying to multitask, so I think I'm doing a good job. So let's do something like this real fast. I'm going to switch my background for a second. Hopefully nothing breaks. Hopefully nothing broke when I'm over here. Oh, come on, come on. Work. Okay, nothing broke. Thank God. There we go.
One more to go.
And there we go. Okay, have a good piece of French toast for me, man. I'd love to have some French toast right now. Hey, Jay Holly, how you doing? Thank the Mojo Boy. And I'm just sitting here. You need to go treat this out now. Let's not treat that out. Come join my... Oh, shoot. I didn't do that, did I? Oh, we'll find out when random people start jumping up here.
Random people.
Yeah, I think I might just posted the link to my Hangouts all over the place. Make an interesting show to have an unlimited number of people that can come up here.
That would be kind of weird. You usually have 4. That's scary.
Uh-oh, Andrew, did you eat all your apples?
No, we have 3 more on the table.
He's just trying to sneak more, huh? Awesome. That's awesome. There we go. I'm tweeting this out. And there we go. All set up, guys. Boom. How you doing, Jay Holly? Hey, Musky Hands. How you doing? No, I just lost my measuring board. I lost my measuring board and my identifier for the tournament. So I had to go use a cheap roller, and I still had my bait and stuff. Makes it really difficult to measure your fish right. I am about 201 hours short right now, guys. I'll have my watch hours by the end of probably the end of next week. We're also trying to help me get 2K by the end of the month. We have 4 days, and I only have to get about 150 people or so.
50? 100 and what?
So we'll see what happens, and it all how much any everyone's help
100.
to hit 2K.
What? 100?
So we'll see what happens. So I need roughly about 50 people a day, 25 people a day, something like that. Yesterday was a wash. I had the tournament, and I went out and fished. Hey, how you doing, Mr. Robinson? Which 150 sounds like a mountain, but it's not really. It's a little hill.
A mountain?
Ashland.
Fuck you, Bowser.
So if you're new here, make sure you're hitting that red button underneath my name. Subscribe to my channel and sit back and have fun. It'll be a lot of fun for you guys. Good morning, Labaka videos. Labaka videos is one of those great channels, guys. Make sure you have Labaka. If you don't know Labaka videos, you're missing out, guys. Uh-oh, the Mojo Boy has a challenge for everyone in this stream. Oh yeah, what's your challenge, the Mojo Boy? And is it hot in here? I ain't gonna tell him to turn on the heat, guys. Oh man, that's too bad. Oh, that would be absolutely awesome, the Mojo Boy. Oh yeah, that would get me right up close to the time, and I'm sure this stream right here, I'm gonna have probably 50 or 60 hours from this stream, so that'll get me really close too. So everything's going. It looks everything's running really well here. Let me go check over here. I need to come up with ways, some way I can see all my little screens. Still read you and see what's going on. Okay, there we go. Hey, how you doing? Good times outdoors. Yeah, I'm building up to. I'm at 23 people right now, guys. We got like 30 minutes till the show starts. Hey, let's see if we can beat my record, guys. My record for people in here at one time is 78. I'm happy to get anyone ever in here, guys. This is absolutely an honor to get even a single person in here. One person to watch me is an honor, guys. Okay, Jason and G, make sure you take care of yourself. Get some good sleep, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a show for Labak on his family videos, and we're gonna do some exercise tips for pregnant women, and you guys can see me with my other hat on, a personal trainer hat. So I think that'll be a lot of fun for you guys. I might have had over 100 in here at one time. A lot of times I don't get to really watch what's going on over here, especially when I have a guest. I catch here and there, catch what's going on, but it's really hard when you have a guest up here. You really pay attention to absolutely everything that's going on. That's why I have good moderators to help me with my chat. We have the OBS up and running really good this morning. That's absolutely awesome. Only thing that's bugging me a little bit is this tackle box should go through my screen. Oh well, I'll fix it later. So how you doing hunting and stuff with J&J? Oh yeah, that's the plan. I still want to do it. I just need to catch that link. I've told you I was going to do it. I still plan on doing it. Yeah, I got I have if you really want to play something that's longer, guys, I have some live streams that run 8 hours. I want to thank you guys for playing my playlist, man, everyone. I need to make the Kohl Outdoors morning shows into a series, into a playlist. I don't have Mike's commercial done yet. It's going to take me a little longer. I'm learning a new editing program right now, so it's going to be probably done by the end of the day today. I've already got like 3 hours into it. When I want something to do something, it just doesn't work. But I found a bunch of new awesome music. So things are going to change a little bit. I'm making a new commercial for Allen Outdoors. And for the new tournament coming out. How close to my view hours? I am at 3,797 hours. So 203 hours or so. Awesome. Just watch. It's the first time you're getting to see it. It's going to be absolutely awesome in here. We have a guest, and I'm going to bring him up here in about 20 minutes. Squirrely Acres where the nuts come together. I love that name. I absolutely love your name, man. We have 20 people in the house right now, guys, and not bad for a Sunday morning. And we're getting closer to what time our show actually starts. And I'm sweating like really bad. Let me see what I can do with my webcam because I look transparent right now, guys. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing. I wish you guys could. Let's try that out right there. Okay, I look real now. Yeah, I know. It's only 203 hours, and we have 18 people in here. If you guys each grab an 8-hour stream, it would be done. We have 18 people in the house still, guys, and 20 minutes till the show. I was just going to play music for you guys, and I decided, well, this is a better way I can do this. I can just get on here and talk with you. Kohl's Church House. Oh, I love that. Oh, J0530. Oh, my God. Yeah, I know. It's not coming through yet. I don't know if it's coming or not. I wish I could play a radar up here and show you guys like weather and stuff, but I don't think I can do that because I think I'd get copyright on that. I know we're supposed to have a storm tomorrow night, though. Okay, Dogan, how you doing? We have 20 minutes until we actually get started in here, guys. So 20 minutes, guys. 20 minutes and this party gets rolling, guys. We started this a little early to give you guys a little bonus time today. So let's send. I'll send Grant a warning. I'm going to send him a messenger. We're live. Don't want to catch Grant half naked again. Okay, there we go. Grant's probably still in bed. He was playing his drinking games last night. Oh, just waking up. What's my plans for March? I really haven't made very many plans for March yet. Ice is going out here. There's not a lot that I can do for that in March. If we start to turn spring, there's not really a lot I can fish for. I might go sucker fishing a little bit. We'll see. Gold. You were made by gold? Oh. Grant will be hungover, dude. Who's out in East Central Ohio? I'm not sure. I gotta think about who I know is out there. Yeah, this morning I had to start the show early now because I'm having problems with the sound through the Hangouts. Isn't always wanting to work, so a lot of times I'm starting this thing up 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times just to get it to work once. Alabaka, I hope you go out and catch some fish. Hey, Blue Collar Fishing's in the house, everyone. If you guys don't know Blue Collar Fishing, he is working really hard to hit his 1K. So will you guys do me a favor? This is a personal favor. Go over, hit his red button, leave him a comment, and watch a full video. He really needs to get over this hump he's on, guys. Hey, Blue Collar Fishing, would you like to come up here and interview on Topside Tackle with me? And I know we lag quite a bit up here, guys. Yeah, Grant's going to be having fun today. He's going to be answering questions for the Kohl Outdoors thing today that gets posted. We got 15 minutes till the show starts, everyone. Come on, my. Blue Collar Fishing needs a little bit of help, guys. If we can help him get closer to that 1K, he deserves to be at 1K, guys. He has awesome content. He really deserves that 1K, guys. One of the people which I'll push is Blue Collar Fishing. He really needs it. He has an extremely good show. He's got an FLW Pro coming on. Again, I can't remember the time right now. I'm kind of under the weather. Larry Johnson, Two Creeks Outdoor, welcome. Okay, let's see here. We're going to bring Topside Tackle in, guys. We're going to bring in the guest. So I'll be multitasking more than usual. So let's see if he... Might bring Bass and Binks up here to help me out.
We got it?
We got it. How you doing?
Good. Yourself?
Doing awesome. How do you like my background? I have all your tackle boxes in there.
It's beautiful. Who made that?
I did.
Did you?
I made that myself.
Nice. Good.
Hey, if you turn your camera on, people will be able to actually see you. Yeah, we got 24 people in here right now. We still have 15 minutes to the show starts. We already got 24 people in here.
Is my camera not working?
Yeah, it's not turned on right now. We can hear you. We can hear you really good.
Well, let's see if we can figure this out, I guess.
Yeah, we have some time before I play the intro and stuff. And I don't do this in front of everyone when I teach people, but that big green button got in the way. Are you on your phone or are you on a computer?
Well, I'm on my computer, but it's saying that Hangouts doesn't like my camera.
Oh, okay. Go up to there's a spoke up here. It says settings. Hit that and go down to the camera and select the camera you're using and push OK.
Yeah, and I did that. It's just not liking the camera I have.
Oh.
So.
Oh well, we can run the show like this. We just won't be able to. We won't be able to show anyone anything unless you send it to my email and I can show it to them. But I think I got some pretty good shots of your bag up here and everything. So we're gonna get you. Want to start about? You want to start 10 minutes early? You can stay 10 minutes longer. Oh, trying to wake up. You still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Would you like to start 10 minutes early?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, let me play. I'm gonna play the intro for the show. We'll be right back after the intro, guys.
Okay, I don't know what happened there, but
Oh, there we go. We got you live. Here we go. We're gonna play the intro real fast. Well, I want to welcome you today, guys. And how you doing today on Topside Tackle?
Oh, we're doing really good. Thank you. Yourself?
I'm doing awesome. Thanks for coming today. Hey, Bass and Binks, can you do me a favor and watch the chat? Interview our guest. I think he's here.
Huh?
Hey, can you watch the chat for us and pick out questions as I interview the guest?
Does that include not being on panel or being on panel?
You're on panel. You can be up here. You're just gonna feed me questions that the audience gives me.
All right, no,
Just like Grant usually does. So, can you tell us a little bit about your bag and how you came up with the idea?
The funny thing is I would have never figured this out, and it's obviously something that I do a little bit of both of is fishing and drinking. But at one point in time, my wife reorganized my garage and put my tackle box right next to my cooler, and I just happened to notice they were pretty much the same device. And at that point in time, I just said, what the heck? Why doesn't anybody make this? And, started drawing sketches of what I wanted to look like, and kind of got a rough draft of it, took it to a friend of mine that does a lot of boat upholstery and stuff like that, and had him made a prototype, and we're kind of trying to take off from there.
Okay, and what is your bag made of?
It's actually a 600 denier, just a poly duck canvas is what it is.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So how many drinks will it hold?
This one will hold 15. I've got plans to do a smaller version because this is pretty hefty, but I'd like to do one that's just like a 6-pack one as well.
Yeah, I don't know. 15 cans in there, 8 ounces a can is what? 80 plus 40 is 120 ounces. So 120 divided by 16.
It'll last till noon.
Yeah. That's a heavy bag, though, if you're carrying it. Yeah, so it'll last till noon. So how many tackle boxes will it hold?
There's 4 right now, but the side pouches are actually pretty big. I've got, I do a lot of walleye fishing, so I've got a box just for my drift rigs in there. And so 4 of the large Plano boxes, and then a couple of the smaller ones in the sides as well as what I have in there.
Okay, so you can carry quite a bit of tackle, but
yeah.
If you're like me, I'd have to have like 6 of those.
Yeah.
I'd have enough drinks to go all day long. So you're located in Colorado, right?
Close. I'm in Nebraska, but I'm about 70 miles from the Colorado border.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's
So
what's weird.
you fish for walleye, and what else do you fish for?
I'm not all that selective. I just like being out in nature and out on the water. So depending on the time of season, early season, it's usually walleye, but once it starts warming up and they're not really biting as much, I'll start chasing largemouth and crappie and stuff like that as well. But really, it really doesn't matter to me what I catch. I just like fishing.
So when I know these are going to be launched in this summer?
That's the hope right now. What I'm working on is I still have to I've got a provisional patent on it. I want to get a full-blown patent on it and then set up some distribution. I've got a couple of different people I'm talking to, and we're hoping to get full distribution on this. I think I'm probably going to have to start a Kickstarter for it because there is a minimum order for that distribution, and it's a substantial amount. But we're really pushing hard to get it out. Hopefully, late summer.
Okay, so what sets this bag apart from some of the other bags like it on the market? Because I've seen bags where you had that top part, and I've seen people put their beers and pops up there before. What sets it apart?
And the main difference here is a lot of them out there, and I've taken a look at them, and most of them are backpacks, which is fine. This one is just the capacity is a lot bigger for this one, and the biggest difference is, you get that soft liner that they have in any kind of rip. You've got ice water dripping down into your lure cases and everything, and the main difference is this got a rigid plastic liner in there that you can pull in and put out. That way, when your ice is melting and stuff, you don't have to worry at all about it dripping down into your lures and just making a mess down below.
Oh yeah, so it'll take ice up there, and is it insulated up there in the top half?
Yes, it is. In fact, when we went out and shot the video that I sent you or sent a link to,
we're gonna play that one.
I didn't put any ice at all in that thing, and we threw 15 beers in there. Me and my buddy shot the video, which I think we left at about 8 in the morning. Just took them straight from the fridge to the cooler and didn't put any ice in it because I just didn't want to mess with it. By the time it was about 1 o'clock and we were done shooting the video, those were still cold. So.
Oh yeah, that's really good actually. So we've had a question in the audience over here. Is it going to come with trays?
Is it going to come with trays?
The tackle trays?
Yes, the plan is definitely to come with at least 4 of those tackle trays that go underneath. I haven't decided whether I'm going to have those manufactured for me or whether I'm just going to outsource them. I mean, there's plenty of guys out there with Flambeau and Plano that make a really good tackle tray. So I don't see a point in reinventing the wheel. I'll probably work something out to where I can actually include those, and they'll be made by one of those companies more than likely.
Yeah, and what size, if you wanted to buy a lot of extra trays where you can rotate them, what size trays is that going to take?
Oh, what the heck is that? I don't remember the model numbers of them. They're the larger trays. You know, I've got a large tackle box. I don't use this one just because I don't want to get my prototype dirty. But I mean, it's as big a tray as I can find at Bass Pro Shops. So they're fairly large trays. I don't remember 5370 or something like that. I think is what they are.
Those look like 3600s.
Yeah. So we're gonna play his 2-minute video right here, guys, so you guys can get a good idea of what it looks like and what his bag looks like from there. So let me add a browser to the show.
All right, let me get off top chat. This top chat isn't relevant.
So here is his video.
There we go.
A little bit about the TopSide tackle box here that I've invented, and some of the features it has. We're just going to jump right into it right now and start showing you. The first thing I want to show you here is the lure compartment. Right out here on the side. We've got plenty of lure space. We've got 4 trays in here right now. They're big 3700 style trays. So we can fit plenty of lures in this thing. In the top pouch here, I've got all my tools, whatever, fish grabbers, you name it, whatever you need in there, with plenty of room to spare for more. The side pouch here, that's kind of at your discretion, whatever you want to put in this. Right now I've got my daughter's tackle box in there. Everybody's got to have a fishing buddy, I suppose. On the side of each side pouch, there's another small pouch. Throw Gatorade, whatever you want. The other side, I think I've got sunflower seeds, all the essentials there for fishing. Just like that first side tackle box, or that side pouch, I've got all my tools in this one. The cool part of the tackle box, it's an original and something that nobody else offers is the top half of this tackle box is a cooler, fully insulated. Fits 18 cans of beer or whatever you want to drink in there. Nice part is when you're done with it, got a removable liner. You can take the ice out, dump the ice, pop it back in there. You don't have to worry about all that stuff dripping down into the rest of your tackle bag. We got you covered there. And on the back side of this thing, we've got another pouch. Really throw whatever you want in there. I've got my stringer in there, extra fishing string. Pretty big. It'll fit about anything you want in there that you could carry. It's kind of my catch-all. And that's about it for my tackle bag. It's made out of waterproof canvas, all marine grade zippers. They're not going to rust on you. This thing is going to take a beating. That being said, we're going to get back to fishing.
Yeah, so that's an absolutely awesome bag right there, guys. You guys don't have if when these become marketable, where are you guys going to be marketing these bags at? Do you have any plans of where you're going to be selling them? Are you going to be selling them online or?
That's the initial theory. I mean, obviously, I would like to work my way into some retailers, whether I can get them in the Bass Pro Shops or into Walmart or something like that. Obviously, we're going to be looking at outlets for these as well as the online source. But initially, yeah, they will be sold online. Currently, I'm working on building a web page. I just there are other things that I have to get taken care of as far as licensing and stuff before that happens. But like I said, this summer stuff's going to start moving really fast on this, and hopefully, they'll be able to go online, whether it's just my site or possibly even on eBay or Amazon and pick these up.
Well, that's absolutely awesome. And do you have any close to know when that availability is going to be?
What's that?
Do you know when the availability is going to be close to?
I'm not sure. That comes down to distribution. I'm not all too sure how long it's going to take for them to make these. So, it's going to come down to a couple things. How quickly we can get a functional model, a true model of this that I approve of, because I completely detest the thought of somebody making this really cheaply and kicking it out. I'm going to be really hands-on when it comes to the production of these things, so that they're of the highest quality and they're going to last. So it really depends on how quickly I can get, the first unit done that I agree that the quality is up to par. And after that, how long it's going to take to make the initial order.
Okay, yeah. And that noise you heard in the background, we have a weather alert here right now.
Yeah, I heard that.
We have an ice storm moving in real fast on us here. So that's what you heard in the background.
One, Yeti doesn't got nothing on that. And Lubaka said Gator Outdoors is a good starter.
Oh, yeah. And let's get back. And it looked like you thought of everything. What kind of strap do you have for carrying this? Because this would be a pretty heavy bag. Yeah,
and really surprisingly, this isn't a whole lot heavier than the actual tackle box I take out fishing. Now, obviously, when you add, a whole top full of cans of whatever, it's going to add some weight, but I don't know what the heck the material is. It's just a standard strap like you would see on most larger tackle boxes. So it's a 2-inch strap, and it's fairly stout. But like I said, to shoot that video, I carried it, down the canyon I was in, we were going fishing in. It was pretty steep grade, and it's probably somewhere around a 300-yard walk down there through the weeds and stuff, and it really wasn't that bad carrying it. It really didn't affect me any more than my standard tackle box.
Yeah, so I know you're still in developing these. How strong is the actual strap gonna be to the bag? It's not gonna rip off when you're carrying 18 cans on there.
No. Actually, it's sewn all the way down the side. So basically, what you see as far as where it's sewn at the top is only the very tip of it. It's actually runs all the way down the side, inside of those side pouches, and so it's sewn all the way down. It's not ripping off.
Okay. Now I'm just thinking of some. What kind? You got good zippers on there? How long are those zippers gonna last?
I'm not sure. I'm not exactly a zipper expert. To be quite honest, for the prototype, all I did was went on eBay and Googled marine grade zippers and ordered whatever had the best reviews. So I don't know. That's probably something I'm going to have to look a little bit more into, because they are plastic zippers. What I would really like to go with is a marine grade metal zipper. That way they're not going to rust, but they're also going to be really durable.
Oh, yeah, and I'm just thinking of things that are going to make the bag last longer than what like I know plastic zippers and some of the other bags I've seen, they last about 2 years and you have to replace them.
Yeah, and that's definitely something I want to look into. The zippers aren't something that, when they showed up, I was like, they'll work for a prototype, but they're not going to be what's on there once I get the finished product. Like I said, it's going to be a metal zipper and something that's anti-corrosive. That way, even if the guys that are out fishing saltwater, I don't see a huge issue with it where I'm at, because the fresh water isn't all that corrosive. But I want to make sure it's something the saltwater guys can use too, without worrying about those zippers rusting up and rotting out.
Oh, yeah, it's those saltwater guys that's going to take all those spears out, because it takes them forever to get out to where they're fishing.
Yeah.
The I see.
Did we miss a question over here?
Will Barker said he'd switch from plastic tabs to
To
metal
metal?
tabs.
Yeah, and I think this bag looks extremely nice. Are you gonna keep it in the orange, or are you gonna put it in multiple colors?
You know what? I'll probably end up doing multiple colors. The funny thing is, the reason I made it orange is because my buddy's got an orange spider wire bag that I just like the contrast of the orange and black. But I also understand that that's not everybody's flavor, so I'll probably kick it out in a couple different colors. That way, somebody doesn't have to walk around with something that looks like a safety vest.
Yeah, one thing which I think would be pretty awesome if you like put your logo right on the bag right there across the front zipper.
Yeah, and that's something I'm planning on doing. That just wasn't in the initial prototype phases. Once I get to where I'm producing these things, it's going to have that Topside Tackle logo on it. Either right on that front pouch where the trays go, or possibly the pouch up above it.
Yeah, for someone who didn't want to put the drinks in the top, would those boxes fit in the top too? Would the 3700s fit up there too?
I don't know if it'd be tall enough. I don't think it would, but I mean, you could definitely put, kind of like a catch-all deal. So if somebody wanted to put something else up there, they certainly could. And in fact, there might be, I've kicked around the idea of putting a divider system that you can remove. That way, if you want to use the top as storage with some dividers, that way you can do that as well.
And how deep is that? Is the top up there?
Oh, it's not much deeper than a can. I think when I designed this, I designed it so that you could put bottles in there and it'd just close. So, the top of it's roughly the depth of like a bottle of beer.
And one thing I'd recommend doing is taking that top, making sure it's a waterproof zipper, and then you could have people like put water up there and put the bait there because it won't leak through.
Yeah.
If someone's using minnows, so that could be almost like a little live well for your minnows if you walk along in a bank.
Sure.
So, but in order to do that, you'd have to make sure all your stuff was waterproof, otherwise it'll leak all the way through your bag.
Yeah, and in the end, I think that I could probably do that. And if I were going to do that, I'd do it in the liner. I'd just make the liner with the sealable lid.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm just thinking of other uses for the top. And, I mean, that's an awesome space there. I like that space up there, and the idea that it's a core already gives you lots of opportunity to actually carry your bait on top of your box.
Sure.
For people who are using live bait.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Question for TopSide.
Yeah, and so one thing which I'm taking a look at the actual bag, and I could see so many uses for this. And what's your price line going to be for these? Because I've seen bags that are similar to this that go for like $400 or $500.
No. I'm hoping to be for this one right in that $75 range. For the smaller one, probably closer to $40 to $50, I think. So it's not going to be astronomical.
No, that's really good pricing compared to some competitors I've seen on the market. They are way up there in price.
Yeah, no, and I didn't want to come out with a bag that just wasn't going to be able to, the average Joe wasn't going to be able to afford reasonably. So I wanted to keep it right in that price range. And, talking to the guys that are the distribution centers, I think that based on my price point for making these, I can stay in there pretty easily.
Yeah, and I'm looking at a lot of the actual bag here, and it looks like you've used every square inch.
I tried. I mean, I use every square inch of the bag that I use for fishing now. So I kind of thought if I didn't use every square inch, it wasn't going to fit the needs of fishermen like me anyway. So, and that's what I designed it for.
Yeah, I really like the idea that you had that back side of your bag even has a pouch, and you can get so much space in there. It looks like you can carry a lot of tackle.
Yeah, it really can. I mean, considering that we're taking up almost half of the tackle box with cooler space, the amount of storage in this tackle box for actual lures and other terminal tackle is phenomenal.
Yeah, 4,700 trays is quite a bit. It's like I'm a tournament angler, and I carry probably 13, 14 bags with me when I go out in the water. Most of the
Sure.
time, unless I'm doing a KBF kayak event, and then I have my backside and my crate in the back. That almost fit in my crate.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about what you like to fish for.
I like fishing for walleye, but I'm not very good at it. So they're just a hard fish to catch. And so, I like largemouth fish, and I like fishing for wiper. They're a fun fight. So I do a lot of wiper fishing, a lot of white bass fishing in July and August and stuff. And really it depends on the year. Like I said earlier, it's just I don't really care what I catch. If I'm having a bad day, I'll go to my favorite crappie spot where I know I'm going to catch something, just to say I didn't get skunked, because most of the time they're just tiny little walleye or crappie, but every once in a while you hit a good one and you're pretty dang happy about it. So really, it does not matter to me. I just want to be out there on the water, out in nature, and catching fish is a bonus.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with you. And one thing which I like doing with my guests, we'll do this at the end of the segment, is I'm gonna pull up your YouTube channel and we'll see how big we can make him.
Lubaka said go on Shark Tank.
Navaka said try to put in an application, go on Shark Tank. You'll get lots of help.
Oh, I already have. I didn't. I've applied to go on Shark Tank. The issue with that is I've got to get a little bit further in the process, I think, before people like that are really going to take me serious, just because they're about the money.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed, if you're watching Shark Tank, they always ask you about your last year sales, and
yeah, it's not going to look good for me.
Yeah, your price point isn't bad. I said to Kohl the other day when he showed me on panel, I was thinking about, what did I say, Kohl? Like $200-300?
Yeah, and usually bags like this are extremely expensive.
Well, I can raise the price if you want.
Yeah, I could see myself using a bag like this, and that's why I actually invited you on the show, is where you can share this with the audience, and we get quite a few views here.
Yeah, and another thing I've been looking at, and it's kind of, I'm not a kayak fisherman. That just seems like a lot of work, and I have a trolling motor on my boat, and that seems easier. But I have a lot of friends, good friends. In fact, I saw you wearing a Bass Camo hat earlier. Jen Muse lives about 10 miles from me here. And I'm sure you know who she is if you're wearing Bass Camo. But her and her husband are big kayak fishermen. And I've been thinking about just chit-chatting with them and possibly working with them to design something that's geared toward the kayak, because I don't think it's all that far off of where I'm at. And I think that, with the growing number of kayak users, they could use something that's, similar to this, but maybe a little more geared toward what they do. So, once this gets going, hopefully I can sit down and work with some of my friends that run kayaks and do something that works for them as well.
Oh, speaking of Bass Camo is actually in the chat.
What's that?
Jeff from Bass Camo is actually in the chat.
Is he really?
Yes.
That's cool. No, and the funny thing is up until I came out with this, I knew Dustin and Jen Muse both did a lot of kayak fishing and stuff, and were pretty serious about it. I didn't realize that Jen was involved in Bass Camo, so she's given me a lot of support, and I've kind of tried to reciprocate that as much as possible.
A blue collar fishing says he knows Jen. Yeah, and I'm getting really close to I'm gonna actually be getting a Predator this year, pedal kayak. That's what I'm gonna fish my KBF events out of, and we'll see how I like it. I kind of hurt my neck and back really bad. And hey, right there we go. Bass Camo, how you doing? Want to say hi to Bass Camo? He's in the audience.
Hi, Bass Camo.
Lubaka said Shark Tank is too mainstream. Try
Tackle
Fishing
shows.
Expo or fishing trade shows.
Yeah, and that's definitely something that's going to have to be in my future too. I've been approached a couple times to uh, get some space at some trade shows, and once the product is to a point where it's marketable, I'm definitely going to pursue that as well.
Hey, audience, remember the audience wants to know if you're going to make it into a backpack size too.
I've thought about that. There are some products out there that exist that are the backpack model, and I'm just not sure if it's worth pursuing because I think it's Cabela's or Bass Pro Shops has their own version, kind of like this bag that is a backpack model, and I think there's a few others out there on the market, and it is a thought, but right now there aren't any plans.
Hey, Bass Camo, would you like to come up on panel? Yeah, and I know one thing which I don't know. I don't own any of the backpack style ones, honestly. I prefer the ones I can carry and do that and carry just like this one here. But I also fish a lot from a boat, and the backpack I think is for more people who's hiking into the woods to fish.
Sure. Yeah, and I would say that, I do a lot of bank fishing because it's just there are spots that aren't boat accessible below spillways and stuff like that. And so, I can understand the backpack thought, but I guess this is how I've always carried a tackle box. So I guess it doesn't bother me.
How long will the material stay waterproof for?
I'm not 100% sure of that. Obviously, I've had this out in the rain and stuff and didn't have any problems with my lures or any of the compartments getting wet, but there just hasn't been that much testing as far as I'm aware, and really it's not going to be much different than any other waterproof tackle bag you have. It's the same fabric they use. So, obviously with that polyduck, what it has is kind of like a rubberized back. So obviously through the elements and stuff and getting beat up, I think that rubberized back's probably going to eventually develop some cracks. But for the most part, I expect it to hold up fairly well as far as waterproofing. It's not going to leak like a sieve on you after a couple of years. But I can't answer that question honestly.
Yeah, and Jeff, I just sent you an invite, man.
Kohl and TopSide, I will tell you this. You said your bag has a rubberized backing. I learned from my previous tackle bag because I used to carry like sunblock and bug repellent, like off and repel, and my repel started leaking, and pretty soon after there was leaking blackish smelling bug repellent, and that stuff ate away the rubberized material. That stuff,
Really?
yeah, it's crazy that you can put that stuff on your skin, what it can do to rubber material.
Makes you feel safe, don't it?
Oh
Makes
yeah,
you feel safe, but
a lot of those stuff is more acidic than you think they would be. And they'll actually eat plastic.
Sure, yeah.
I would have cut the side pocket off mine.
Hey, so is there any way you can make a dry bag to put? What is Jeff doing?
Cell phones and stuff. Yeah, and that's part of the end design. I have a plan to put a dry bag inside one of the side pouches. That way, you can throw cell phones, key fobs, whatever you have in there to make sure they don't get that way they don't get wet and stuff. And that's definitely part of the design. Just there were limitations as to what I could do on the prototype, but there are a few other things. I would like to add some pouches, or not pouches, but holders for your needle nose and stuff like that on this bag as well. That way you just have easy access to that stuff. And like I said, I mean, it's just a little more in depth than I thought I could go on this prototype, given the limitations of the guy that was making them.
Yeah, and you Bass Camel's ear must have been buzzing right there. Is Jeff from Bass Camel.
Jeff, nice to meet you.
Good morning, Topside Tackle. What's your first name?
Jake.
Jake, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Good looking bag.
Thank you.
Got some work ahead of you.
Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Yeah, one thing which I'd do on there is I'd put a bunch of pouches all the way around the bag. We can hang your tools on the outside of your bag, so you're really using every square inch.
Yeah, no, and that is the plan. I mean, I want to put, just not necessarily compartments, but actual deals that are made to hold specific items like your hook removal tools and stuff like that, right on the outside of it for easy access. And that's something that, like I said, my current tackle box has, that I use every day, that I wouldn't do without. So it's definitely in the works. Like I said, it just wasn't something that the guy that built the bag for me was capable of putting on there, because it just wasn't. It's a little more difficult. I don't know that his sewing machine could have dealt with the rigidity of those items.
Yeah, it's maybe like put a netting on the backside too. So you have like the netting on the backside to put stuff in. And so then at that point, you're really using every square inch of space on that bag.
Sure. Yeah. And like I said, obviously this is just a prototype. I've decided that the back and the sides are going to be netted, just for the sake of, I don't want them holding water. So that's the plan, is to replace the pouches on the sides and the backs with netting instead of the canvas material, because it's not going to turn out well if I allow it to hold water in open spaces.
Tabaka says you look up Dan Butcher from Outdoor Channel Network. He'll help you with advice.
Really?
Yeah, I have to look him up. I don't even know.
Well, I'm open to any suggestions here.
Bounce this lad's sweater's getting bagged. The buffering has began.
Call Bandits in Michigan.
Rachel.
So Jeff, you've designed products before. Do you have any advice for Jake over here?
I see a lot of work ahead of him, and being in the tackle storage compartment category, there's a lot of competition out there, similar to apparel. I have a huge amount of competition too. So you really have to stand out in some kind of a strong way to be attractive for somebody to make a choice on your bag instead of someone else's.
Yeah.
That's why we paid particular attention and time to our logo development, just because everything we learned and read about, your logo being really, really strong and attractive to a lot of people gets the attention you're looking for. So make that bag attractive, different in some way that really hits a lot of customers.
Oh, you got your actual camouflage hat on today.
Sure, and I think that's one of the major roadblocks I'm going to run into here. I mean, if this thing's sitting on the shelf at a retailer, I want to make sure, somehow that they know that there is a cooler on top of it. That this is not your same old run-of-the-mill tackle bag here, and that there are options that they're not really going to find anywhere else. And that will be a major hurdle and a major challenge, because sitting on the shelf, it's going to look like any other bag. And
yeah, I totally agree with that. Once it's on the shelf, you won't get that that attention, or let's call it a babysitting of it, to really show people what the attraction or the real strong point of it is. So social media, some kind of product knowledge, I don't want to say classes, but almost a product knowledge YouTube video, the ins and outs from A to Z on that bag is going to really help you before you even get to that retail opportunity.
Yeah, no doubt.
When it's in retail, what they're going to do, and this is what they do with all the products that are similar, they're going to put them right next to each other.
Yep.
So they're all going to look exactly the same.
We're going to start ourselves just taking a couple products at a time, doing a little 5-minute video here and there, just for the people and the connections that we've made the last few weeks on YouTube. But we've been out in the social media now for 3-4 years. We have a good following on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and just word of mouth, our customer base. So we're going to start to do a small little segment every now and then on just taking a couple products, talking about them hands-on right here in front of the camera, take questions, and really hopefully hit home with our potential customers.
Yeah,
Sure.
and one thing which you can do, Bass Camel, to even increase your actual space in there is doing some live streams, some FaceTime with people who you have pro staffed.
Yep, that's on the table. That's coming.
Can you guys give me a second so I can refill my coffee and unload some coffee?
Oh yes, coffee's
we
very
can do
important.
that. We can actually play a commercial.
Okay.
We're going to do a commercial break right now, guys.
Cole, I like your background.
Thanks, man. Let's do this one first. No, first, German. Yeah, I know the first term is over. That's the end of the commercial break, guys. Yeah, I gotta start making the new commercials today, and I got new music to use, so it should sound pretty good.
Thank you, everybody, for coming in this morning, saying hello. Join in Derek here at Kohl Outdoors with TopSide Tackle, learning about a pretty good outdoor tackle bag in the industry.
Oh, yeah, it seems to be a really good bag. I can't wait to own one. Uh-oh, they're trying to push you over up to 1K.
We had a big night last night. We did a little milk and cookie segment, fired up the live stream, and had a ton of visitors. Got close to, I think, 50 thumbs up, pushed us over 600. Crazy night. It was just fun.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely awesome. Yeah, I know my weekend crowd's never as big as my during the week crowd for some reason.
Yeah, you know what? I was just bored around the house and kind of wanted to change that frown upside down, and my Bass Camo friends did that. It was just fun last night.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry I didn't make it yet last night, but I was tired.
Yeah, I get it. You were on a few hours before I went on. In fact, I asked Grant to let me know what time you were going off. I didn't want to tread onto your time there, and not that I get the kind of people you get, but the amount of people you get. So I was kind of asking him when you were going to be done, and that's kind of when I fired it up.
Yeah, and I was just exhausted going through the week and setting up these shows every day. I don't think people realize I actually spend about between 2.5 to 3 hours a day just building the backgrounds.
Wow.
Jake, I got a good point for you that I just thought of.
Oh, I'm
When
stuck on me again. Okay, there we go.
Jake, I got a good point I just thought of. When I catch a decent fish out on the kayak, and I always think of the health of that fish, but get a good picture as quick as possible. So I think of your bag next to me on the bank. I catch a big fish. I want to get my scale, my needle nose, maybe my stringer if it's a keeper. Better not be a bass though. So what you could think of is those quick clips, because a lot of those devices have a ring on them or something that have those quick clips on the outside where it's right there on the side of your bag. Grab it with one hand and undo it real quick and put it back on. It's a big plus.
Sure. Yeah.
Hey, BSF Outdoors wants to know if you could use the backpack on a hiking trip. I'm guessing for camping.
I
I don't know why you cut it.
Why not? I mean, there's plenty of applications. You know, the funny thing is after I first threw this thing, the prototype up online, one of the first people that contacted me saying, when's this coming out, was a guy that did RC cars. And they said, you know, I spend all day out there on the parking lot with these RC cars, and I need compartments, but I'd also like a place to keep my drinks and my lunch and stuff. And I mean, there are definitely other applications to this bag. I don't see why you couldn't use it for, you know, whatever you see fit. It's not strictly fishing. I mean, it was geared toward fishing because that's what I do, but there's plenty of other applications.
It's a very good point. I did some RC car stuff years and years ago, and you go to a parking lot or a track, and really you're living off your tailgate for the afternoon.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree with that. And I mean, there's so many applications for a tackle bag. I use tackle bags for everything. One thing which I'm looking for is a bigger soft plastics bag. I have like 7 of those huge Bass Pro ones, and all full. I want one I can fit all of it into, but I don't know how I'm ever going to do that. Because then I also have 9 or 10 totes full of soft plastics.
Blue collar fishing. No need to use the word enemy. We're all friends. just because you represent another apparel brand, that's great. It fits for you. We're all friends here.
Hey, Farmall Fanatic's in the house, everybody. If you don't know Farmall Fanatic, make sure you get to know him. His Friday shows are outstanding. Yeah, and I'm building a lot more stuff right now to go with the morning shows and that. But the countdown, and in my countdown, my goal is to list all the shows all week that I know about, so people can plan a day. Is there anything? Is there anything that the big manufacturers aren't already doing with this bag?
Meaning, is there anything like it, or what do you mean by that?
Is there anything on the market like it?
You know, not really. I mean, I did a lot of digging before I even started on designing this thing, just because obviously if these things exist and I don't know about them, then there probably isn't a great market for them. So I did a lot of digging, and like the caller or the guy earlier said, I mean, there are backpacks out there that do have a cooler compartment on the top, but really I think it's geared toward more of just throwing an ice pack in there, keeping a sandwich or something cool for a while, because the zipper actually opens, you know, about half towards the top, half towards the front. It's not going to hold any ice. And there's another one that's a 2-part system that I've seen recently, where you can actually clip your small tackle box onto the bottom of a cooler. But other than that, no, there's just not anything out there that really combines the cooler and the tackle box like this one does.
Yeah, Blue Collar Fishing, he has a patent pending right now for this bag.
Does he really?
No. He's saying that you do, Jake.
Oh, yes, I do. Doggone it.
Uh,
Jake, have you secured, let's say, a vendor to manufacture this for you?
That's what I'm working on right now, is just getting somebody to build it. And I've talked to a couple different people, and obviously they work with people in China. And my main concern is I want to make sure that this is it. I don't have an issue with that, but I want to make sure it's built right and built well.
Yep. I will tell you, over the years, the international vendors have gotten better, but you still got to do a lot of homework.
Sure.
Probably 90+% of my products are from vendors here in the US. I have found a couple that I am really, really satisfied with the quality that I've seen so far in China.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's one thing you have to keep your mind on. If you have a couple bad eggs, can ruin the whole pot.
Yeah.
It can set you back.
Sure. And that's kind of why it's so slow going, is, I mean, I'm so green to this. I don't know where to start. And that's the last thing I want to do, is ruin the name of the company right out of the gates, because I went with a supplier that made a bag that fell apart in 6 months. So, finding that distributor or that vendor that can make these bags for me to the quality that I want them to be, so they're going to last, 5 years, 10 years. Yeah. It's not going to be an easy road. I understand this, but it's necessary evil, I think.
Yeah, I think one thing you're going to have to pay attention if you want them to last that long is making sure you have good zippers. The zippers on tackle bags are what go bad first.
Yep.
Someone that I follow in the social media realm from the Shark Tank, her name is Lori. You might know her from the show. She gives some good advice every now and then. And a piece of advice that I got early on from following her was crawl before you walk before you run.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, it's learning the ins and outs of the business you're trying to get into. That's the most important.
Sure.
It's just like building this show. I know people have been longtime viewers, have seen how it's starting to take off, and it's just slowly getting better every single show. It's the idea of understanding where you want to go and how you want to get there.
Yeah, up until I set you back 5 years.
You're fine.
Everything takes work and effort.
Oh yeah. So let me ask you this, Jeff. When you were first getting started out, I mean, obviously, Bass Camel probably wasn't your full-time job. How did you juggle that?
I have 3 children, married, corporate job still to this day. There is no juggle that. I do the best I can. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I learn from them, and I try to do a good job for everybody that's involved with Bass Camo. Be honest. Follow through with your promises. That's a huge one. And I just do the best I can. I'm only one person. I do get some help, but that help that you think you can count on, when you get in the ring of owning your own business, it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm agree with you on that too. And a lot of people don't see what you're trying to build when you're building it. It's like Kohl Outdoors. This is going to be, this keeps growing and growing and growing. And it's going to become a lot bigger than it actually is now. And it's going to have an objective here. See, what I look at Kohl Outdoors as is a marketing company. I bring people on here, I market them out to a wider audience. You guys know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what the show is slowly going towards. And I come in here, I market you guys as best as I can.
We appreciate that, Derek.
Yeah, we do.
And yeah, I could go find big companies, bring them on, but it's the small companies that people don't know about that has some of the best innovative ideas that need to have an outlet to contact as many people as possible. I know you're looking at launching later this summer, and I want to make sure I invite you back just after you launch. But I can put a link in here and get you some actual support, and for people find you a lot easier.
Let's have a launch party.
Be Pabst Blue Ribbon sponsored.
And as it goes on, my channel's been growing fast. I'm almost at 2,000 on YouTube, and I'm going to be 2,000 strong here. And during the week, it was when I'd recommend you come back next time. I get about 50 people in here, Jeff?
Yeah, BSF made a good point right there. He's new to Bass Camo Apparel. He found us here on Kohl Outdoors, so it works. I've jumped around the live streams, started my own live streams the past yesterday, and I noticed an uptick in activity across all my social media pages. The first 2.5 years of Bass Camo, we really focused on, you can only do so much, like I said. We focused on Twitter and making sure all the social media pages got a little bit every week, let's say. They got a little taste every week. We were really focused and strong on Twitter, which we still are. But now we're going to add YouTube this year and put a little bit of emphasis and push on YouTube. We love to make videos. If I wasn't doing what I'm doing with this apparel company, I tell you what, I'd be strong in the making video realm because I love it. I get jacked over making a good video. I get jacked over people watching it and telling me what they think about it. So we're gonna strengthen this YouTube thing.
Oh yeah, and that's absolutely awesome. And I'm gonna do what I can to help you all the way along the way.
I would suggest, Jake, crafting up a real nice, informative YouTube video about your bag.
Yeah, and obviously the one I have currently out there isn't professional quality. It was taken on an iPhone, but I think I hit the points well. But yeah, it's going to have to be redone as soon as I have the full bag available.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, you talked about the bag and hit some great points about it.
Yeah, it was absolutely great video you made there, and I played it on here, and I thought it was a pretty good video, and I think a lot of people got a good taste of what that bag was all about from that 2-minute video.
Honestly, I was just glad I didn't fall off the rock we were standing on
into the lake.
Hey, that could have went viral, and you would have got lots of.
Yeah, probably. I probably should have fallen off.
Don't give him any ideas, Derek.
It's like Bass and Binks the other day. He fell in when he was fishing, and he put that up there. I told him he should have edited a little tiny bugle and said, "Big fish pulls me in," and have a little bugle at the very end. Yeah, that'd be clickbait, and a lot of people get mad, I think.
Yeah, I don't want to be known as a clickbaiter and then everybody hate me. And I see tons of big YouTubers doing it, and a lot of people hate them.
Yeah, I think having fun once in a while is okay, Bass means.
Yeah.
Hey, Max Drag Fishing, how you doing? I think Max Drag Fishing is new. I don't think I know him.
See, I did my part. I got you 1 follower.
Awesome. Everyone, I've already have him. Everyone, make sure you have Max Drag Fishing. He's a great channel. He's about catfishing. And I recommend you come to Wednesday shows. It's about catfishing.
Derek, do you all have Jake's social media links or pages that we can put up for everybody to?
Oh, yeah,
to
I'm going to
follow?
pull those up in a second.
Awesome.
My wingman's not here right now, so I have to.
We got you, Jake.
Wink.
How bad is the background on this mic?
You're fine.
Not bad.
Okay, I was just wondering. It's a condenser mic from my recording studio, so I wasn't sure if it
Oh,
was
guys,
my family
No.
rumbling around
we're
upstairs.
gonna make him big here, guys.
Good sound.
Okay.
Here we go. Let's see if we can get him to 50, guys.
We can get Jake some followers and some subscribers, and maybe he'd grab one of them guitars and show us what he's got here, and that'll get us some people in here.
Hey, everybody, he's at 4. Let's see if we can get to 30. Hey, everybody, this is his YouTube channel. Let's make him grow, guys.
Come on, Jake. We can call you Jake or Yankovic.
Well,
Hey, Jeff, one thing which I do recommend is when you're doing shows like this to always start off calling them by their actual company's name, because what you're trying to do is get people to associate him with his brand.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like, everyone knows you're Jeff from Bass Camel now, but
I like
Jake's
the personal
an
touch.
awesome person. And this is his
That's just me with the personal touch. I get it, though.
yeah, it'd probably just confuse me if you kept calling me topside tackle. I wouldn't respond.
I have found, too, I mean, a lot of people like that personal connection on a first name basis. So I get both points, though.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely understand that, too. But it's like when you bring people up, just think about that they're up there trying to brand themselves at the same time.
To hear it all the time, they'll remember it that way, just like a commercial you see on TV. And my kids say it all the time, like, oh, yeah, commercial. And what I do is I say, what was the product? And that tells me if it was a good commercial or not.
Yep.
Max Drag Fishing, we do 10 a.m. on Wednesdays, and it starts off for at least an hour of catfish talk every Wednesday.
You guys, excuse me 1 second. I'm going to coffee up.
Okay.
Well, if you're losing him, you got another commercial. I could do that too.
Okay, I'm going to go in our commercial, guys.
Perfect. Thanks.
Jeff's wife, Christy.
If you guys would like a commercial on Claw Outdoors, remember you can go join the $10 Patreon level, and you can have your own commercial on Claw Outdoors.
Jeff's wife, Christy, said to Kohl, where can we buy the bag?
Okay, I'll let Jake take that one.
Currently, it is not for sale. It is still in the works. This is a prototype right now. But if she wants to go to Topside Tackle on Twitter and go ahead and shoot me a message, I can put her on the list of people to contact once this is available.
And this is his Twitter page right here, guys. So this is his Twitter link, guys. Make sure you go over there and check it out.
So kind of like a pre-order list.
Yeah, you can do a pre-order, and I welcome that. Obviously, the more pre-orders I can get, the quicker it moves me to the funding I need to really get this thing mass produced. But yeah, more than happy to keep a list of people that want to order this bag. And as soon as I have it out and available, I'd be more than happy to contact every single one of them. I don't care if it's one person or 1,000.
Hey, Bass and Binks, have you been watching for other questions over here in this chat? So I'm gonna ask you guys for the last questions for it. We got 10 more minutes left in this segment, and we're gonna let TopSide Tackle go. So if there's any more questions, please ask them. And we're gonna have to get together for we know exactly when your bag comes out. We're gonna bring it back in probably the day after or the day before, and we'll really push your product, and we'll see what we can do with it.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I'll certainly be staying in contact with you guys. I mean, having me on here has been a blessing, and I really appreciate that.
As you have a patent, when you get your patent, are you going to consider a license agreement with the bag manufacturer? So are you going to license this to a manufacturer, or are you going to manufacture it yourself?
Right now, my initial thought was I was looking for a licensing and royalty deal on it, but there's been, I shouldn't say minimal interest in it. There's been a few people that have talked to me about it from the major manufacturers, but it just wasn't far enough along in the process for them to take me seriously, I don't think. So it's looking right now like, and I think the more I get into this, I would rather actually have this produced and sell it myself, because I think there's a lot of expansion that can be done beyond that. And obviously, if you can get a royalty deal, it's probably a little less work for you, but I'm not afraid of the work. So I would really like to be a little more hands-on with this, and I think that I'm going to pursue more of going out and selling it myself instead of depending on another major manufacturer for that.
So another question we have in the audience, are they going to be able to purchase more than one bag at a time?
I was just going to ask that.
I don't see why not.
Okay. Any more questions, everybody?
I don't see any more questions.
Okay, I want to thank you for coming up here today. I can't wait to have you back on when this product comes out. Just stay in touch, and we'll see what we can do. And by then, my show's going to be a lot better. It gets better every week, and every day it gets better. And we need to find a time in the middle of the week for you to come on when we have the largest crowd here.
Sure, and that'll be a lot easier in the summer, obviously. Like Jeff, I have a full-time job as well. I'm not busy in the summer with my full-time job. So at that point in time, I'll be able to cut aside an hour or so and do this. It just worked out that Sundays was the only day I could do this in this time of year just because I'm so busy. But, I look forward to it. And Derek, Jeff, thank you so much for, Derek for having me on the show, and Jeff for the advice he's given and actually bringing some content to the show as well.
Oh, yeah, and we try to see. A lot of people do live streams, but I don't think of my streams as live streams. I think of mine as actual shows that people should go back and watch over and over and over. So I want to thank you guys. Thank you for coming today. And if you want to, jump up here and watch the rest of the show.
Perfect. Thank you.
To interact with everyone in the chat.
Great to meet you, Jake.
Yep, you too, Jeff. Thank you.
Well, thank you for coming today.
Best of luck with TopSide Tackle.
Yeah, same as well with Bass Camo.
Thanks, man.
Tell Jen and Dustin I say hi if you see them before I do.
Will do.
Good to meet you, Jake.
You too.
See ya.
See ya.
And it's awesome when we get new companies coming up here. We get to learn about an awesome product, and you guys get an opportunity to learn the process of starting your own business, especially in a competitive sector. Why don't you agree to that, wow, Jeff?
Did you just call me Jeff instead of Bass Camo?
Oh, I can call you Bass Camel.
I'm teasing you.
Well, you've kind of been up here so many times. Everyone knows you're Bass Camel.
I would rather you call me Jeff. that's my company. I like the personal chat. What was your question, Derek?
Don't you agree with me? It's awesome getting new companies up here for you guys to see exactly the work you have to put in to start a company.
Yeah, I think it's knowledgeable in so many ways for us, for people that are just starting to spin the wheels of thinking about maybe doing their own business. There are so many ins and outs, speed bumps, I like to call them, that you are going to encounter. And if you don't think of them as speed bumps and you stop too long at that speed bump, it becomes bigger than a speed bump. Roll right over it, keep doing what you do well, and things get better real quick.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. And another thing is, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Learn how to distribute yourself and learn how to bring in multiple revenues.
Yep.
To anything. And that's one thing that's like a lot of people I see on YouTube, they're relying too much on the revenue that you get through the being monetized. There's other ways to monetize what you're doing.
There's a site out there that's interesting that I've looked at that shows the monetization amounts that these huge channels get. And I can see that as a big attraction to a lot of people. But I got to tell you something. I'd like to talk to the people that have 2,000 subscribers. They have their watch hours. I'd like to really know the nickels, the quarters that roll in from YouTube. I'd like to know if they think that in the long run of getting there, that monetization amount was worth all that work that they put in. I'd really like to know that.
Well, here's the thing: if you're on YouTube and you're not trying to grow your channel, you're dying.
Right, I get that.
I have friends that are over 1 million subscribers, and they say they make nickels compared to what they do on other sides. On the sides, the idea is to make sure you have your Patreon, make sure you have your merchandise, everything working together. It's like a tree.
Yeah, I think the real moneymaker is probably not the YouTube monetization, but the company that will put sponsorship commercials on your channel, in your videos. I think that's the attraction.
Oh yeah, and as you start getting the sponsors and that, you start branching out. And for a show like I'm doing here, even sponsors are real hard to do because I'd put myself right out of business. And the idea is to make sure you have all your ducks in a row. It's like doing pro staffing. You have to understand what you're doing and what your objective is.
How much money do you make a video? $10?
It depends on how many viewers you have. How much do I make? I don't make anything from YouTube. I'm not monetized. It goes, you figure about every 2,000 views you got on your channel, you get about $2. About 1,000, you get $1 per 1,000 views, roughly.
I'm curious what blue collar fishing means by, maybe he's answering someone else's question that I missed. You have to agree to an NDA, and then he has Bass Camo tagged. Maybe you could give us a little more information on that.
YouTube and AdSense doesn't want you telling people Kohl Outdoors.
Oh, well, if you guys want to see what a channel is making, go to Social Blade, and it's right there, roughly.
Yeah, there are sites you can see it on.
Yeah, definitely. And
Social Blade says I make $16 a year, estimated.
kind of multitasking here, guys.
The Fishing Dream, I believe the plateau right now might be set at 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to be considered into the process of being monetized.
To get reviewed.
Correct.
Yeah, I know blue collar fishing, and that's just a rough estimate, and I've seen lots of channels put that out there, and it goes from channel to channel. It's different too. It all depends on who you have sponsoring your videos. Yeah, so we have 18 people in the house. We've been having a good show this morning, everybody, and we have a lot more to go in today's show. We have an hour, guys.
You started a bit early today.
Okay, blue collar fishing. I can see that. They don't want you sharing that information on YouTube. Violates a guideline. I understand that if they have that in their contract agreement when they monetize you, that's fair if you sign that agreement. Be aware there are sites out there for the big channels that you can see.
Yeah.
You can see what they're making monthly.
No, it's not hard actually.
Yeah, it's out there. The smaller channels that work real hard put hundreds of videos up, do live streams, just trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and watch hours. And then within that year, they see the amount of money that comes in. I'd really like to see the excitement and attraction and the worth it from those people. Just talking about the YouTube monetization, not talking about the sponsors or the companies that are willing to support you with product to make commercials on your channel, eventually maybe give you some money to do that. That's where I think the making money could be.
Oh, the Patreon's a big one. If you can get lots of Patreons, that's the best place.
Yeah.
Jeff?
Yes, sir.
I was going to ask you, what's the United States of America poster board behind you?
That's a copy of our registered trademark for Bass Camo Apparel.
I was thinking it was copyright or a trademark.
Yep, registered trademark. The name, the company name, and the logo.
Oh yes, Patreon actually does work. You just gotta know what. You just gotta get people to sign up for it.
I was looking at how much it costs to get like a logo copyrighted, and it's roughly like $100, $405.
Yeah, like anything else, when you buy a jacket to go ice fishing, you can spend $50 on a jacket to go ice fishing. You can spend $300 on a jacket to go ice fishing. I believe there are some differences in those jackets.
Yep.
Keep that in mind when you have somebody develop your logo. There are a lot of things people don't realize about having a logo developed. It's not just I'm going to hand you a picture. There are a lot of things behind that process.
You're pretty much paying for the logo or the brand. In a way.
1 second, guys.
Sponsorship is a secret unknown.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I'm working on getting dinner going at the same time as I'm talking here.
Dinner at 11 a.m.
Yeah, I'm using a crock pot, man.
Nice.
Runs all day. It's gonna take a few hours. Be right back.
Good morning, the Animal Papa. Good morning, Bouncer Slab, the Mosier Boy, Salvatore Vincigura, Gemma's Journey Grace. Thank you for coming in today and saying hello. Who else is in the house today? Put up a little bass camo. Boom.
So you had a pretty good show. How many people you ended up in your stream last night?
It went up and down, all different numbers. But what I was really happy about was I think we hit 50 thumbs up, and we crested over the 600 subscriber mark, which I was just over the moon about, because I really didn't open the stream thinking that. I just really did it. I was around the house and wanted to do another live stream and say hi to everybody and thank everybody for coming in the morning, which they did. And the girls made some homemade chocolate chip cookies, and I put some on a plate and a glass of milk and came down and had cookies and milk with Bass Camo Nation.
Oh, that is absolutely awesome.
It was fun.
Oh.
And my first Blue Wrench moderator was,
WTF, Mike.
you got it.
Yeah, you got to make sure you have really good Blue Wrench moderators because they're the people who control your chat for you.
Yeah. What I like about Mike is he's really knowledgeable on the little nuances that you can bring to the chat that I wouldn't think of.
Yeah, and one thing you need to do is you surround yourself with good people and
Yeah.
you get good products.
Yeah, that's always the case. Positivity, no negativity.
Oh yeah, and I try to keep this as positive as I can and upbeat as I can.
Yeah.
And I think we are growing something here, and I think Kohl Outdoors is about to really take off.
I feel it.
I can see it.
Hey, Bass Campbell, you ever been to one of Mike's streams?
No. All right. Yes. I at the end of my stream last night, because he was so helpful with everything, and then somebody put in there heading over to Mike's. So I said, "Oh boy, I smell my first raid." I might have had a dozen people in at the time, and I was like, "Let's do a raid," and it was all funny. And I'm like, "Hey, put hashtag Bass Camel Raid. Let's go over to Mike's thing." And I think it was Shannon Naylor put the link in for me, and I was like, really cool. And we all clicked over and went into his room, and so then people slowly left, but I stuck around, and it was interesting.
Yeah, you need an ID card to get into his.
I was just gonna ask, was it another age restriction?
You have to have an ID card to get into Mike's streams.
Yeah, most likely I can either enter or it said click agree or whatever it says.
Oh, yeah, there was shots of alcohol going on and some good conversation.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's see here. How do you get a Blue Wrench mod Kohl Outdoors? You already got one, the Moja Boy. I just got to keep my eye on you. I keep my eye on you, and then I'm very selective with who I give that Blue Wrench to.
Yeah, you make a good educated decision. Can they be a little bit of help when either you ask for something very, very small, you're busy juggling all kinds of things, and here's a moderator in your room that you can just ask them to do a small little favor of putting up a link, or just monitoring the chat and being helpful in the chat to other people answering questions.
Yeah, one thing I'm trying to do is train everyone to put the questions at the very end when I have a guest. Because it's really hard for me to watch this and talk to the guests.
Yeah, that's going to be tough because people come in and out of the chat.
Yeah.
They only got so much time. They want their question answered now.
Yeah. Yeah, we have some great guests coming up. Have you seen my guest list lately?
Let's say hi to Nike Girl. I think she's just coming in. Good morning.
Good morning, Nike Girl.
Thanks for the compliment. Appreciate that.
1 second here. Let me wow, I got so many tabs open. It's hard to find anything.
I got only one.
Yeah. Wait until you run out of Hangouts in a stream and you have like 40 tabs open.
It's kind of like a hallway effect.
Okay, on Thursday we're gonna have Pitts Outdoors, guys, and he's a professional crappie angler. He's a guide down in Alabama. He's coming in on Thursday.
I would be interested in that. Thursday's a tough day for me, but I'll probably tune into the replay.
Yeah. So, and I keep the guest on for the first hour, and I have a lot more in the works, guys. I think I have a professional catfish angler coming Wednesday.
Who's that?
1 second. I'd have to. It'll be announced later on Kohl Outdoors on the Facebook group. I need to make sure I have everything, all my ducks in a row before I make announcements for names.
40 Bobs, good morning to you.
Okay, I'll see you later, Blue Collar Fishing. Everyone, you guys make sure you check out Blue Collar Fishing tonight. He's going to have an FLW Pro on there. He's going to be interviewing an FLW Pro. Make sure you go over and check him out.
Good luck. Maybe I'll stop in with the stream and say hello.
Yeah, right now I'm actually talking to 3 or 4 FLW pros. I'm trying to line up before I get a constant stream of professional fishermen on the show. Yeah, and when those really top guys, they're hard to get on here because the time's so variable. But on top of that, they have so much they want. You have to have so many of their sponsors up here on there. And a lot of those guys, I need the whole entire screen just to put the sponsors up.
Have a great Sunday, the Animal Papa. Take care. Nice to see you in here.
Animal Papa.
No, just realized Granny's in here. I know why.
Yeah, he was up late drinking, I think. He was playing a drinking game last night.
I was in there. That's why I messaged you at 2 a.m. I was watching that. It's no better to see you two buddies get drunk.
Hey,
Via Hook still in the house.
Yeah, Via Hook's got an excellent channel, guys. Make sure you check them out.
Yep,
Gordy Bob's is in here today, guys. Make sure you check out Gordy Bob's.
I like Via Hook's vibe when he goes fishing.
Oh, yeah. And what I'm hoping to do once I get my kayak is I'm going to take everyone who gives me a super chat, I'm going to get a sticker and I'm going to put all their banners on all their banners. I'm going to make them, print those off and put them on the kayak. So I have the full kayak completely covered with everyone who's giving me a super chat.
Cole, if I come out with a decently sized decal of that one bass logo that I have drawn up, I get that. Well, Yank's on the process of making that, but
and on the kayak, I'm going to put this is going on my kayak.
You got it. The Animal Papa. Well said.
I was saying, would you put a decal of mine on your kayak, Cole?
It depends how big it is.
Well, I'm not sure how big they are. I need to get that done first.
Yeah, that would be the first thing you need to do is see how big you're going to make that thing. Because I have a feeling the space on my kayak's going to be at a premium.
Thinking you get a pat. See what you created, Cole.
yeah, I nicknamed you Binky.
Yep.
Yeah, in a secret society, they changed your name to Binky for a while.
I think it was like for half a day.
Look forward to seeing one of our decals on your kayak, Via Hook. We look forward to it. We would be honored.
All you have to do is go over to basscamoapparel.com and order yourself one.
Plus, I'll be working this week on finalizing the selection of our second pro staff intern. When I get that selection process completed, I'm hoping to complete that this week. We will do another live stream, and in that live stream, it's going to be decals, giveaway. We're going to select the second pro staffer. It's going to be a fun night.
Oh, I'm definitely going to go check that out.
Yeah. If people go to the pro staff sweepstakes video and make sure in the comment section, you have your information in that comment section, and that's how you get in the secret orange bowl.
How many of those are you going for? 3?
Yeah, we're going to give away 3 pro staff interns. Outside of that 3 pro staff interns, we are also adding a few more for this upcoming season, and we're also working on that. We're very busy and growing this season.
Bye, BSF Outdoors. I think that's like the 3rd time he said bye in this stream.
He's bouncing around.
He keeps coming back.
Yeah, I think he's bouncing around, and he comes back because this is the game today.
JCNC No Limit TV, welcome to the show today, guy. And he was at the Catfish Conference, and I wish I could have made it down there. That would have been absolutely awesome to have Kohl Outdoors live from the Catfish Conference.
Very cool.
Maybe next year. Yeah, so I've been in contact with a lot of people. I'm looking for people all the time to come up here on the show, and Mike just broke up.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, JNC is stuck in a blizzard.
Cole, how bad is it up in Michigan?
Oh, I was supposed to have an ice storm at some point. I was in the middle of my stream and that dang TV started going off with the warning.
Yeah, I did hear that. It's really, I don't know how many miles per hour wind we have, but it's bad.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to have extremely high winds and ice. I think they're saying half an inch ice.
I ain't very far from you, Cole.
Yeah, you are. You're down in Ohio. It takes me 4 hours just to get to the Ohio border from here. So how far are you from the Michigan border? You can add that in.
I think you said you're near. I looked that up yesterday, because Psycho said that bay they were originally fishing was
Yeah.
Waz, or he was making fun of. He said Twatsville, but
Outlaws.
yeah, I think you're over there is about. I mean, depends on what route. The slow route 6.5, and with tolls like 5.
Yeah, my point
18.
exactly is 5 hours is a long drive, buddy.
Yeah, I did 4.5 to when one of my exes lived in Indiana, and that was a drive.
I'll tell you one of the craziest things I've ever done was when I was in the military. I was on leave and I had driven home, and I was at a station at Fort Bliss at the time. And I drove here. I took all my leave at one time. I always did that. I took 30 days leave. I always took it all at one time. And I stayed here to the 29th day. I had to be in formation the next morning at 6 a.m. and I left here at midnight the night before. So I drove straight through from where I'm at now all the way down to Fort Bliss, Texas, without stopping. That was a crazy drive. And you don't want to miss formation.
Yeah, Cole, I was thinking, I'm like, if I really wanted to do that perch tournament with Cole and go up by Cole, I would have to leave at like midnight or 1 in the morning.
Yeah, well, we're going to have a trout tournament coming up first part of May, so stay tuned to that. And I'm gonna have a really good rule set up and downloads, and everyone's gonna be able to go to the rules and read through them, and it will be strict right to the rules.
Want to give a special thank you out to the Mosier boy. He did a really cool little video checking his mailbox, looking for his bass camo shipment, and he did it with his daughter. And it was just really well done and fun. It was just a nice thing to do. I just want to say thank you to that Mosier boy.
Do what for the
Cole's lost.
Yeah. Do it for the money. It will work out better in the long haul.
I remember that Cole Outdoors. You were a half hour late.
Yeah, when I'm doing the shows, okay, say if I'm running a tournament, when I get home, I have to build the thing. And a lot of times it takes me longer to build this than people think it does. Like this background here, I started building this background at 6:10 this morning.
Derek, how easy is it? Like if I said right now, change the topside tackle pictures to a picture. If I sent you a picture right now, how hard is it right now to change that out?
I can do it right now for you. I have one of your pictures. You want one up there?
No. I wasn't really going that direction. I was curious when you say how long to work on this, if you wanted to change it out and do that. I didn't know how difficult this green screen process.
Well, it's the idea of, it's the programming that goes behind the scenes, not the pictures themselves. It's the programming.
Okay, yep. How much longer are you going to be on, Derek?
About 40 minutes. And I'll show you how fast I can change a picture. It's the programming that goes behind everything else. I'll put this one up there.
That's all well and cool, I was going to take you in a fishing direction so we could get some people in here.
Oh, okay, I can do that too.
I'm going to send you something right now.
Okay,
I'm going to, is Twitter direct message okay?
yeah, you can do that. I just had to open Twitter somewhere.
I'm going to send you a couple pictures, and you can do them one at a time or whatever, and we'll let our guests see some cool fishing that catching that I've done in the past few years.
Yeah, I can do that. It doesn't take that much to do it. It's just the idea that all the program is already there. I've already added the mics. I've already added the sound. See, what you guys don't understand is absolutely every little thing that goes into a show has to be added in there. I have to go in and I have to add the mic. I have to add everything.
Cole showed me what was that? Sunday?
Yeah, I think it was last Sunday. There's quite a bit that goes into building just a platform to have the.
Yeah, that was last Sunday.
TopSide Tackle's in here. Everyone, make sure you guys check out that TopSide Tackle. That's an absolutely great company. I want to thank them for coming in today. And if you stick around here, I promise you, you can ask Jeff how fast you will grow from this community.
I will say off the top of my head, 3 weeks ago, when you invited me to your show and we talked about our products, similar to Jake from Topside Tackle today, 3 weeks ago, I was sitting in the high 200s, maybe mid 200s.
You're at 265.
And today, we broke 600. We've done some work also. I can't give Derek all the credit, but we've visited some other live streams. We've said hello to a lot of people that we're trying to get to know here in the in the YouTube community, because I'm really realizing there's a great community of outdoor fishing people here that I love, people that can make videos and get their excitement of catching fish across, and it's awesome.
Let's see here. I need to go find my messages. No, I don't have one from you yet.
No, I'm working on it. Hang on.
Yeah.
This will give people a little bit idea of the passion of fishing that I have. It's not just an apparel company or a business. This will give you an idea that I'm out there chasing big species every time I'm out there.
Oh, yeah. And I need when the summer hits, I'm going to be doing some actual live streams from the kayak. I hope I don't lose my phone.
That's not going to be relevant. Never mind.
What's up, Andrew? Hey, I'm going to go lay Andrew down for his nap.
Yep.
Hey, buddy, nap time.
Topside said to you, Jeff, looks like Bass Cam spent more time on their logo than I did mine.
We didn't set out to spend 3 months on our logo development. It just ended up being that way. Our artist was based in the UK, which right away I had a challenge in front of me. I wasn't a Skype guy. I looked to my teenage daughters and said, teach me how to Skype. That's how I'm going to talk to my artist in the UK. And so my daughters taught me how to Skype so I could get up once a week on a work day, 3 a.m. and Skype with my artist and go over the week of conversation that I had with my family about modification, changes, direction of the logo. And then a week would go by. My artist would show us the changes that we talked about, and we would move on to the next segment.
Yeah, when you're developing logo and everything, that is one of the most important things to do. My logos, I think, kind of simple, but I like it. I mean, for YouTube, it sticks out when I'm in a chat with those arrows. And I made that myself.
Cole, you want a shirt or hoodie of mine when I come out with them?
What?
I spoke too fast on that one, my bad. I said, Cole, do you want a hoodie or shirt of mine when I come out with them?
Oh, if you're going to give it to me, you can sure send it to me.
Cole don't want to spend no money.
Sent you a couple pictures so far, Derek.
Oh, one second. Let me check my Let me check my Twitter.
Jeff,
We got
Oh, I
don't-
got one message. Oh, I
We
have
got-
that one.
We
Oh,
got
one
some. We got some for the panfish crappie fans, and we got our biggest from this summer in the bass category.
1 second here.
Jeff, if you don't mind me asking, how much did that logo cost?
That would be business top secret information.
Gotcha.
Hey, you don't ask about cost, man. It's not cheap though. I can tell you that from personal experience.
Yeah, I can see that.
Let me add these two up there real fast.
Just sent you another one in the toothy category.
Oh, send me a pike.
Musky
See here,
pike
I'll
or
do this.
walleye.
We
Yeah,
don't have.
and I rebuild this platform after every single show.
Yeah, Jeff, that's why I said, if you don't mind me asking.
Oh yeah, very respectful. I appreciate that.
How many pictures you sending me if I can get the size down right?
You only have 3 right now. I can send one more, or you can just go with the 3. Let's go with just the 3.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out how much space to give each picture.
Yep, let's go with the 3. That'll give us something to talk about, and people out there that like to chase different species.
The hardest part is, oh yeah, I like that more than there. I've seen these pictures somewhere, and I thought about grabbing them one day.
You probably saw them on our Instagram page.
Okay.
Those are 3 of the top different species fish that I'm really proud of. Spent a lot of time getting to know the individual species. You'll see in the crappie picture, that was in a pretty hard rainstorm.
Well, this has your products in it, so I'm going to put that down here.
Yep.
Make it a little bigger.
And you can shove that over if you want, Derek. It doesn't matter.
That's okay. We can leave a little bit of advertising in there for you.
That's a big bass.
Yeah, that was my PB from this summer. 7
Oh,
pounds,
it was
2
that?
ounces.
7 pounds? Okay. When you coming to Michigan, I'll see if I can get you a smallmouth about that size.
Via hook, I'm going to tell you something. The last few years, I've realized how pretty of a fish a crappie is. Just a cool fish. And I've also realized they get big here in the Northeast. And if you want to target them, you can catch some big crappie. The one that we're picturing here is 17 3/4, 2 pounds, 10 ounces.
Oh, yeah. That's a big crappie, too.
Unbelievable. I was in awe just looking at it in my lap. I was sitting in my kayak chair, comfortable, legs apart, and it sat there between I was like on my lap, and I was like, oh my God.
About 8-pound pike or so, maybe?
You better keep going there, buddy.
How many inches was it?
That was 41.
Oh, yeah, that's like an 18-pound pike.
It just over 17 on a rod and reel.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to put a filter on there. Yeah, that's like I said, this takes a little bit of time. And,
Yeah.
we're
I
gonna
figured that. I've done some editing on Adobe Photoshop, so I knew that your size that you're dealing with, making these pictures fit in those sizes, what I would do is figure this out and remake those pictures a certain size that would really look nice. It wouldn't distort them at all. It would look really nice, but it takes some work.
Yeah, it does. And I'm not going to take the time I'd usually spend
Oh yeah, yeah,
to do it.
yeah. That's awesome.
And let's add something a little different to the image. Oh,
TopSide tackle, 35-inch pike. I'm just as proud catching anything over 30. This was a abnormal surprise beast. When we got it close enough to the boat to see it coming through the water, me and my buddy looked at each other and we were like, wow. No lie, the head and the snout were coming through the top of the water when we got a first look at it. And you kind of get the idea when people say gator. It was just really cool. Bouncer slab, 25 pounds. That's a big pike.
oh yeah,
Yep.
that's huge.
Yeah, they like suckers. Certain time of year, they like suckers, at least in the Northeast.
Let's pull this up. There we go. Filled in that spot too. See, we can do some pretty cool things.
Very cool.
I did that really fast. Didn't take the time like I would on a usual time. Usually, I take a lot of time and build these.
Yep. That Mosier boy, curious to catch a big pike or a muskie. There are times of year they'll eat anything, and then there are times of year that they're looking for a specific something. Just kind of get in bed with them and realize, research what those times, seasons are for your area. Make sure the bodies of water have them. They're prevalent. They roam those waters, and you'll get them. Just got to put that time in. Put that time in.
Oh yeah, for a muskie, if you're chasing a muskie, figure about 10,000 casts. Perfect.
The fish of 10,000 casts.
Unless you're in Cook Pond here in Oscoda, Michigan, where they have overstocked them.
Yeah, I think that saying, the fish of 10,000 casts, comes from a lot of people trying to catch them in waters that they aren't as populated to give you a good chance to catch them.
Yeah, one of the biggest pike I've ever seen is the one my dad caught, and they had a 22-inch pike in its belly.
Oh yeah, they're known to take a pike half the size they are.
Oh yeah.
They'll T-bone it and keep it in their mouth and swim around until it dies.
Oh, Bulgarian Alien is in here, everyone. Make sure you have him. That's a great channel, guys, and he has 3 channels and they're all huge. Golden Valley Trappers at 10,001 cast. There's still no muskie. Yeah, I know that was a little distorted, but I didn't have the time to actually work with it either. So
yeah,
that's that was a nice bass you caught there.
And the craziest thing is, I went out that day really targeting pike. A friend of mine's developing a certain a line of lures, and I went out specifically to try these lures specifically for pike. And when this bass bit, I thought I had a good pike. Fought similar to a pike, did not come up at all and jump out of the water. And when it got close enough to roll up on top of the water, I saw a lot of green, and I was like, that's a good bass. And then I got really excited.
One thing which I will say this, and I'll give it a little hint. And when I'm fishing a tournament, I always fish the east side of the lake with big topwater baits first thing in the morning. Because that's when I find that you're going to catch your kicker fish. And you know why, Jeff, do you know why I choose to fish the east side?
My knowledge when it comes to east-west sides of lakes, I tend to look at where does the vegetation grow in that lake. And my knowledge, if I'm looking for a fish that likes vegetation during that time of year that I'm fishing it, I'm going to be on the vegetation side of the lake, which typically in most lakes in the Northeast is on the north side of the lake. But being that you said the east side of the lake, I'm curious what your reasoning is for that.
Well, that'd be on the northeast side of the lake at that point. Okay, one thing what's going to happen is when the sun comes up, it puts a shadow over the lake, and it extends your morning bite.
So when you say that, fishing in the shadow,
Yes, if casting towards the shadow, using
Okay.
the shadow to give that kind of twilight period, and then it will
Yep.
actually extend your morning bite.
Now I'm going to put a spin on that. If you're in the spring or the fall, I don't want to be fishing in the shadow.
No, I don't. I want to be where the sun's warming it up.
You got it. You
But
got it, my friend.
But most of your tournaments are happening in the around here, anyways. It's happening in the middle of the summertime, June, July, August, September, and that's when the water is going to be cooler over on that side. It's going to give you an extended bite.
These little things over the years that some anglers haven't acquired yet, just listen. Listen to friends on the water or people that have experienced this. Seasonal water temperature, the sun hits this side first. Do you want warmer water? Do you want cooler water? So get yourself in a position to find where those fish are during that time of day and that particular water temperature.
Oh yeah, that's good advice for absolutely anyone.
Yep.
Is to get yourself into where the fish are going to be at the right time.
You get the best opportunity.
Yes. And if you can, especially during a tournament, you want to take advantage of absolutely every little thing you can. Every cast counts.
Yep. And something that when you say that, something that hits home with me is when you're fishing all day and casting like crazy all around you all day, you tend to get in a rut of this cast doesn't mean anything. I haven't caught anything in an hour. Let's throw over here. I'm going to tell you something. The minute you relax and think you're not going to get a bite, and when you do, you're not ready for that hook set, you're not in the right position of your rod to get a good hook set, that's when you lose one.
Oh, yeah, and it's just one thing to keep in mind is every cast counts. Take your time, make a good cast. I'd rather make one single cast, and 10 poor casts.
Yep. That comes down with me is getting my kayak in the right position. I have an anchor trolley system on my kayak. That's something I'll bring up in any of our segments to come later. Get a trolley system on your kayak. Use a small anchor. 5 pound is what I've found. I have a 12-foot kayak. A 5-pound weight is what works well. The anchor trolley system is vital to a kayak fisherman. Low budget. It's not a power pole. I understand that. It gets you in position with the wind and the spot you want to fish because you can adjust that anchor trolley system to point your kayak in a comfortable position for a good cast, good hook set, land the fish.
Yeah. One thing which I like to do with it is I like to use a chain drag. I take a little chain and that's what I'm going to use.
I know a lot of people that use them. I get it in the river systems. The current will drag you down a little. The chain will hook into a rock crevice or something. You got to go back up current to release that chain.
Yeah, that's very true. But it's also, if you're just, a lot of times in the river, all you're trying to do is slow yourself down a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think once I get the pedal one, I'll be a lot more mobile.
Yeah, that's my hope in the future to get into a pedal kayak. I'm very happy with my 2 kayaks, both the same native slayers, native watercraft Slayer 12s. I just love all the convenience of how it's set up, open bays, sit on top, very comfortable chair. That's one of the things I'd make sure anybody out there shopping kayaks, fishing kayaks, put emphasis on the comfortable chair, a little bit up so you have knee bend. Look for knee bend when you sit in the chair. If you want to fish 4 hours or more on the water, comfortable chair, and then stability, and then think about your rods, your reels, your storage, all that other stuff.
Yeah. And one thing which I want to go on top of that is make sure you fit in the kayak. And make sure you're trying to get as stable as one as you can. If you can stand up and fish out of a kayak, that is golden.
I get that whole stand up in a kayak thing, yeah, but I'm going to tell you something. Put yourself in a circumstance of standing up in your kayak. You feel stable. This is great. This is awesome. I'm sight fishing. Put it in your mind for a minute. When you go for a hook set and you miss, where do you go?
You go backwards.
You go in the lake. I like to be sitting down when I set the hook, and I like to, give them a little bit in front of me and rear back in that seat and let them know I'm there, and bring that fish into my net.
Yeah, but when I'm flipping and pitching, I like to be able to see my targets.
Oh yeah, I get that.
I can.
If it's sight fishing, I get it. I mean, spots that you want to hit, get good at casting sitting down would be my advice.
Jeez, oh man, this wind is bad.
Okay, Bass and Binks. So Bass and Binks, you gonna start kayak fishing?
I'd like to, yeah. But like Jeff said, you go backwards. If I gotta stand up my luck, I'd go in the water. Knowing me.
Make sure you're able to swim, and make sure you have everything attached to your kayak in some way.
PFD.
Take your PFD with you, and then what else? Ladder everything to your kayak in some way, shape, or form.
Yep, tether everything down with carabine clips, a little bit of a tether piece so you can use it lengthwise. Just a great plus.
And Kohl, I don't know if you watch Wilkins Outdoor Adventures, but when he kayak fishes, he puts pool noodles on his rods, on his kayak.
Yep.
I've seen a lot of that.
And if you're doing a KBF event, I gotta come up with a way to keep my phone if it falls in from sinking to the bottom.
I don't have them with me to show you, but again, more products that we can talk about someday. I got these phone cases that actually have a bubble of air around it when you seal the top. So if for some reason when you take it off your neck to use the phone or something happens and it goes in, it would be floating on top.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I have to go take a look at those products.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. I threw a volcano up there. Has no business up there, but I need to fill in that space. And I like the contrast of orange it has. Yeah, we have 15 people in the house still, and it's good for a Sunday, guys.
Hit that thumbs up for my buddy Kohl.
Let's see what we got for thumbs up right now. I can't even see it. I got 58 thumbs up, guys. Let's see if we can get that to 60.
That's sweet.
Yeah, my record's 186.
That's awesome. I was stoked last night. I think we hit 50. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, you know it's bad when it's windy out and your house is shaking.
Yeah, this is going to be my first year on the KBF tour. I'm going to see what I can do out there. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
I guess that's the perks and the downside from living 10 minutes from Lake Erie, so.
Yeah. I don't know that. I don't know. Some of those lakes, the fishing at those KBF tours are huge. I'd hate to be out there and it start blowing 80 miles an hour.
Yeah. I don't want to be in a kayak with that kind of wind. I've done it a couple times. I've done it unexpectedly. It came in a storm that I for some reason didn't research enough going out for the day. And the second part of the day, I had to paddle back to my vehicle and unbelievable. I felt like I was in the ocean. Waves are crashing the front of the kayak, water coming up, splashing all over me, and unbelievable.
Yeah, and that is absolutely insane at what can happen. But it's like the two tours I'm looking at, their last lake to fishing is Lake St. Clair. Yeah, I just couldn't imagine being out on Lake St. Clair, and even a wind of 20 miles an hour is going to have 3-foot waves out there.
Yep. Yeah. My cutoff for going out is 15 miles an hour. That's when I start to think of, do I want to really go today or not?
Yeah. Yeah, but if you're on a tour, you kind of have to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, tournament fishing tour, trails, I get it.
What you do is you look for a boat ramp, which is in a bay, and you fish that bay.
Yeah. Hey, that's what you sign up for in that tournament fishing stuff.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. For the KBF tour, you can load up onto your vehicle and just go around to different land and boat launches on that lake and fish different bays. I think.
Yep. Stick around, not have to go too far.
Yeah. Well, 16-foot boat with 40-mile-per-hour winds. Yeah, that wouldn't be fun.
Yeah, and that's in a boat.
It's like last year, the KBF had a national championship on Kentucky Lake, and it
Yes.
blew 25, 30 miles an hour all the days they were there.
Yep. I believe that's where they have it every year.
Oh, no, they're having it this next year down in Louisiana.
Oh, I didn't know that. This is the first time they've moved it, I believe.
Is it? I have no idea if it is or not, but they're doing it in Louisiana. I think it was because of all the wind this last year. No
Wow.
one can actually fish. And this year, what they'll have is they'll have all those tributaries. They can go out and fish on that river system. And if it blew 100 miles an hour, you get back into some of that thick stuff, it's going to be calm.
Cole, what kayak are you getting?
I am looking at a Predator.
Predator. That's a brand or a
I think it's
It's made by Old Town, and it's called a Predator.
Yep.
Old Town? All right.
I haven't decided yet if I'm going to get the one that you put the Makota on there and use the Makota bullet, or if I'm going to, or if I'm going to get the pedal.
hello, Robert Banks. Good to see you.
Good
I
morning,
were to
Roger
get-
Banks.
If I were to get a kayak, I'd be looking at what Fluke and Chad Hoover and all them, which would be a Bonafide.
Oh, well, yeah, they are using, I think most of them are using, what else called? Doesn't tip my mind. Wow.
Pretty sure they're Bonafide.
Aren't they in the Hobies?
Yeah, the Hobies. There we go. It was on the edge of my mind. And if you're looking to pay $6,000-7,000 for your kayak, go for a Hobie. They're not. You can't be a Hobie, but you're gonna set you back $6,000 before you even start modifying.
Here's the thing that I've learned. Well, that I've noticed about the Hobie name, the pedal system, great, unbelievable product. But when you look at the kayak for what it comes with that price point, you can get a lot more for your money in a lot of the different manufacturers out there that you will be just as happy or maybe even more happy because you didn't have to invest a lot of money after you bought the Hobie in another brand.
Yeah, here's the thing: for $6,000, I can set the kayak up exactly the way I want and fish 2 years of tournaments, and that would just be a base price for your Hobie.
Yeah, that's crazy money.
Yeah, $6K for a kayak. And I'm talking that's getting a pedal system and the top of the line kayak is about $6,000.
Yeah, their Mirage Drive Compass, their new model this year, I believe starts just under $3,000 or right around $3,000. That's this year's model.
Yeah. But then you have to go and modify it. If you're going to be fishing it in a tournament, you got to run your wiring system. You got to run all these little extra things, and they add up really fast.
Yes, when you look at that Hobie Compass, look for the track system that should run from one end to the other on both sides because you're going to need it. That track system is your vital piece of equipment to click in all your stuff that you want on your kayak.
Especially if you're going to add fish finders and everything you're going to be putting on there, you're going to get you $6,000 on that kayak.
Yep, rod holders, fish finders, paddle little clip-in holders. There are a ton of things you put in that track system. In mine, the track system on the back, I use tarp bungees through the little guides on the track system, through my milk crate, 4 corners, and that's a quick connect from my milk crate.
Yeah, and I don't think a lot of people realize the kind of money that you can get invested into a kayak.
Oh yeah, it adds up quick.
View Hook's like $6,000 for a kayak. Well, I don't know. They're starting the Predator, the one I like. They start off at $1,999.99.
Yep.
And that's the pedal. And one thing you have to make sure you get, and this is the second most expensive part, but it's a thing that you have to have, and that is the reel system. Do they have live reels? No, they do not. When you're fishing KBF tournaments, it goes by lengths. and you have to use their system. You take a picture of your fish on the board, and it automatically uploads.
That Mojo Boy, the thank you is all mine to you. I just thought the video was very fun, you and your daughter. I appreciate the time, and it was just very nice.
Yeah. And one thing a lot of people don't realize is the KBF is starting to get a lot of money involved in their tournaments.
Yep. Like anything else, when it grows and people are interested in it, the money should go up with it.
Yeah, it's like a lot of tournaments, even around here, like the Michigan, Ohio tour, which is what I'm looking at doing. They are running 350 to 400 boats per tournament.
Yeah. As long as they put it back into the company, as long as they put it back into KBF, they give it back to the participants. As long as you don't have a lot of fat cats getting into the company and taking a paycheck out of it, and then the participants, which made it big, end up with less and less and less.
Yeah.
What'd you do? Forget your favorite lucky shirt in the laundry or something today? Where's the Bass Camo, my friend?
Yeah, it's back in the back bedroom. I wore it yesterday.
You like that shirt?
Yes, I do.
I see you wearing it quite often.
Yeah, I do. I rock the Bass Camel for you.
That's a comfortable shirt.
How you doing, Mr. 32 Flavors Robinson? How you doing? I know it's been more than 25 to go fishing. That includes bait, food, and gas. I have cleaned hundreds of crappies, and many days, 40 perch others. Yeah.
Yep. Fishing still doesn't have to be expensive. It just doesn't have to be expensive.
Yeah, I'm hoping getting this Bass Camel decal doesn't ruin it as much as wet as it's going to get as often.
What do you mean?
I'm going to put it on my kayak.
Oh, it's totally waterproof. I've had mine over, is it four? Seems like almost 4 years, just between 3 and 4 years. And that I got the big 8-inch right on the side of my kayak. You'll see some pictures either on Instagram, Twitter, with that decal on the side of my kayak. And half of that decal is submerged in water most of the time. Still looks really good.
Have a great day, the Mojo Boy.
Yes, sir, David. Peace out, my friend. Have a great day.
Oh, yeah, and let's see here. We have about 7 minutes left in the show today, guys, and I want to thank Bass Camel, Topside Tackle Box, and Bass and Binks for coming up here today. Without you guys, this show would be extremely hard to do.
Thanks for having me, Derek. Very much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you to everybody popping in, visiting, questions, saying hello, giving us a little time on their Sunday.
And I think if these guys are still alive, this is where we're going to be going.
Who we got?
Well, I'm going to just let this run for a second, and we're going to finish off the show. And we're going to go check out My Slice of Heaven Outdoors.
Okay. That'll be my first visit there. That'll be cool. I'll pop in and say hello.
So we're going to finish this up here. Do Bass Camel decals work for covering dents? My boat could use some help. I feel like I've been hit.
How big is the dent, Jake? You think it's
man, that's a huge sticker.
You think 8-inch will cover it, Jake? You got a smaller dent than 8 inches? We'll cover it for you. Bam.
Yeah. And if you want to find Bass Camel's merchandise, guys, you go to basscamelapparel.com. You can buy anything you want that he makes straight from basscamelapparel.com.
Thanks, buddy.
And if you don't have size detecting, make sure you get size detecting. That is my dad. So go over there, pay him a visit. He has metal detecting stuff up there. So if you're into dirt fishing, check out size detecting.
I'd like to say a personal thank you to CYS Detecting, too, for coming in and visiting, my stream, always saying hi to me on other streams when he sees me. Thank you.
Yeah, and I fall asleep. Fell asleep like right after my stream yesterday. I was exhausted with the way my back and neck is, and the back surgeries I've had in the past. This cold weather kills me.
Yeah, yeah. You
Especially
probably can.
sitting out there on the ice all day long.
Yeah, you probably can always tell too when storms are coming in. You start to get achy.
Oh yeah. I was having a hard time even walking yesterday at the end of the day.
I was watching Psycho stream yesterday, Cole, and they're like, what's Cole driving? No, they're following you, and he's like, I guarantee Cole, I bet Cole's in this green, booger green Jeep, and then they're like, watch, he's like, no, he's like, yeah, just keep going that direction. He's like,
Yeah, I snuck up on them yesterday. So let's see what's going on right now, guys. And we're going to end a little early. I started an hour early. So we're going to go in here. We're going to go Kohl Raiders. So I'm going to drop the link.
Kohl Raiders.
Hashtag Kohl Raiders. Thank you guys for coming today. And I'm going to let the guest up here say goodbye. And then we're going to end the stream.
Where are we going, Derek?
Drop the link in there. It's in the chat, and that is my slice of heaven outdoors.
Yep, gotcha.
And we're using hashtag Kohl Raiders. I'll be right over there, guys.
Thank you.
see you guys.